Have you ever stood at the edge of a cliff, looking down into the darkness below, wondering if you had the courage to leap? Have you ever felt so broken, so defeated, so utterly lost that even breathing felt like a burden? Have you ever questioned whether tomorrow would bring anything different than the pain of today? If you have, then you already know the incredible power of hope, because in that darkest moment, in that deepest valley, in that most desperate hour, something inside you whispered, maybe, just maybe, things can get better. That whisper, my friend, is hope. And that hope is the foundation upon which all faith is built. Let me tell you something profound. Hope is not wishful thinking. Hope is not crossing your fingers and daydreaming about a better future. Hope is not naive optimism or blind positivity. No. Hope is far more powerful than that. Hope is the radical belief that despite all evidence to the contrary, despite the storms you're facing, despite the mountains blocking your path, there is a way forward. Hope is the defiant stand you take against despair. Hope is the light you carry in your heart when the world around you is pitch black. You see, hope is not passive. It's active. Hope doesn't sit and wait for life to happen. Hope rolls up its sleeves and gets to work. Hope plants seeds in frozen ground, believing spring will come. Hope builds bridges where others see only chasms. Hope sees possibilities where others see only problems. Think about the greatest moments in human history. Think about the brave souls who changed the world. Did they have guarantees? Did they have certainties? Did they have proof that their dreams would come true? No. What they had was hope, and that hope gave birth to faith. Here's the truth that will change your life. Faith cannot exist without hope. You cannot believe in what you cannot first imagine. You cannot trust in what you cannot first hope for. Hope is the architect that designs the blueprint, and faith is the builder that constructs the reality. When you hope for healing, you create space for faith to believe in restoration. When you hope for change, you create space for faith to believe in transformation. When you hope for breakthrough, you create space for faith to believe in miracles. But let me be clear, hope without faith is incomplete, and faith without hope is impossible. They are dance partners, moving together in perfect harmony. Hope says, I believe something better exists. And faith says, I'm going to act like it's already mine. Consider this, every great achievement in your life started with hope. That job you got, you first hoped you were qualified. That relationship you built, you first hoped you were worthy of love. That dream you pursued. You first hoped it was possible. Hope opened the door and faith walked you through it. I know what some of you are thinking right now. You're saying, but you don't understand my situation. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know how many times I've hoped and been disappointed. How many times I've believed and been let down. How many times I've trusted and been betrayed. You're right. I don't know your specific story, but I know this, the sun doesn't stop rising because you had a dark night. The ocean doesn't stop waving because you're afraid of drowning. And hope doesn't stop being available because you've been hurt before. The greatest lie you'll ever believe is that you've used up all your hope, that you've exhausted your supply of faith, that you've reached the limit of your resilience. Listen to me very carefully. Your capacity for hope is infinite. Your ability to believe is unlimited. Your potential for faith is boundless. Yes, you've been disappointed. Yes, you've been hurt. Yes, you've failed before. But those experiences didn't diminish your hope. They refined it. They didn't destroy your faith. They strengthened it. They didn't break you. They built you. Every scar you carry is evidence that you survived. Every wound you bear is proof that you kept going. Every tear you shed is testimony to your courage. And the fact that you're here right now listening to these words, that's evidence that hope is still alive in you. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine a seed buried deep in the earth. It's surrounded by darkness. It's covered by soil. It's pressed down by the weight of the ground above it. Does it give up? Does it quit? Does it accept that this dark, confined space is all there is? No. That seed contains within it an unwavering hope, a biological faith, if you will, that says there is light above me. There is air to breathe. There is sun to warm me. And I will break through this darkness to reach it. That seed doesn't see the light, but it hopes for it. And because it hopes, it has faith. And because it has faith, it pushes upward, day after day, moment by moment. It grows, it presses against the resistance, it breaks through the barriers. And one day it emerges transformed, beautiful, alive. You are that seed. Your circumstances are that soil. And your hope is what will carry you upward toward the light. But here's the thing about hope that makes it so powerful. It doesn't require perfect conditions. It doesn't demand ideal circumstances. It doesn't wait for everything to be just right. Hope thrives in the most impossible situations. Hope flourishes in the darkest valleys. Hope shines brightest when everything else is dim. Now let's get practical. How do you cultivate hope? How do you nurture faith? How do you keep believing when everything around you screams for you to quit? First, guard your mind. What you consume, you become. If you feed your mind with negativity, cynicism will starve. But if you feed your mind with inspiration, possibility, and truth, your hope will flourish. Choose your media carefully. Choose your conversations wisely. Choose your thoughts deliberately. Second, surround yourself with believers. You become like the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you're surrounded by dream killers, doubt spreaders, and faith destroyers, your hope will suffocate. But if you surround yourself with encouragers, believers, and faith warriors, your hope will multiply. Find your tribe. Build your community. Connect with people who fuel your fire rather than extinguish it. Third, take action. Hope without action is just a wish. Faith without works is dead. You cannot sit on your couch hoping for change and expect transformation to knock on your door. You must move. You must try. You must step forward even when you're afraid, even when you're uncertain, even when you can't see the entire path. Every small step you take in hope builds your faith. Every tiny action you make in belief strengthens your resolve. Every minor victory you achieve creates momentum. Don't wait for perfect clarity. Don't wait for absolute certainty. Don't wait for guaranteed success. Take the next right step and trust that the path will unfold. History is filled with stories of hope triumphing over despair. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison, but hope kept him alive. His hope gave birth to a faith that changed a nation. Martin Luther King Jr. dreamed of equality in an era of segregation. His hope ignited a movement that transformed society. Think about the Wright brothers, told that human flight was impossible. Their hope defied the experts. Think about Marie Curie, working in a shed with primitive equipment. Her hope led to discoveries that revolutionized science. Think about Malala Yousafzai, shot for advocating for education. Her hope inspired millions. What did all these people have in common? They faced impossible odds. They encountered fierce opposition. They experienced crushing setbacks. But they never let go of hope. And that hope became the foundation of an unshakable faith that moved mountains. You might think, but I'm not Mandela. I'm not King. I'm not Curie. I'm just ordinary. Let me tell you something. Every extraordinary person started as an ordinary individual with an extraordinary hope. The difference between those who change the world and those who complain about it is not talent. It's hope. It's not resources. It's faith. It's not opportunity. It's belief. Right now, at this very moment, you stand at a crossroads. One path leads to surrender, giving up on your dreams, accepting mediocrity, settling for less. The other path leads to possibility, embracing hope, activating faith, pursuing greatness. Which path will you choose? I'll tell you what I believe about you. I believe you have seeds of greatness within you that haven't yet sprouted. I believe you have potential you haven't yet discovered. I believe you have strength you haven't yet tapped into. I believe you have a purpose you haven't yet fulfilled. But none of that matters unless you believe it to, unless you hope for it, unless you have faith in it. So let me ask you, what are you hoping for today? What dream have you buried because you were afraid of disappointment? What goal have you abandoned because you faced rejection? What vision have you surrendered because you encountered obstacles? It's time to resurrect that hope. It's time to revive that faith. It's time to reclaim that dream. Make hope a daily practice. Start each morning by declaring what you're hoping for. Write it down. Speak it out loud. Visualize it in your mind. Let that hope set the tone for your entire day. When challenges arise, and they will, don't abandon your hope. Adjust your strategy, but keep your vision. Change your approach, but maintain your belief. Modify your methods, but protect your faith. When people doubt you, and they will, let your hope be louder than their skepticism. Let your faith be stronger than their cynicism. Let your belief be more powerful than their negativity. When you stumble, and you will, let hope help you rise. Let faith dust you off. Let belief propel you forward. Remember, falling doesn't make you a failure. Staying down does. So here we are at the end of our time together. But this isn't really an ending. It's a beginning. The beginning of your journey with renewed hope. The beginning of your walk with strengthened faith. The beginning of your pursuit of everything you were created to be. Hope is not a luxury. It's a necessity. Hope is not optional. It's essential. Hope is not a nice idea. It's your lifeline. And remember this always, hope is the foundation of faith. Without hope, faith has nothing to stand on. Without hope, faith has no launching pad. Without hope, faith has no starting point. But with hope, anything is possible. Mountains move. Chains break. Doors open. Miracles happen. Dreams come true. Destinies are fulfilled. So I leave you with this challenge. Be a person of hope. Be a warrior of faith. Be a champion of belief. The world has enough cynics. It has enough doubters. It has enough quitters. What the world needs now is people who dare to hope. People who choose to believe. People who decide to have faith. Will you be one of them? Your best days aren't behind you. They're ahead of you. Your greatest victories aren't in your past. They're in your future. Your most beautiful chapters aren't finished. They haven't been written yet. And it all starts with hope, the foundation of faith, the beginning of miracles, the seed of transformation. Now go. Hope courageously. Believe boldly. Act faithfully. And watch as the universe conspires to turn your hope into reality. The world is waiting for what only you can bring. Don't keep it waiting any longer.